ROA Kim Zolciak selling Christmas trees amid home auction. RHOA alum Kim Zolciak has now taken to selling Christmas trees while her home prepares to go to auction. She and her husband, Kroy Bierman, have dodged foreclosure and the auction process for 2 years now. Unfortunately, the time has run out, and their Georgia mansion will soon no longer be theirs. So how is Kim killing time? Getting into the holiday spirit in an entrepreneurial way. Keep reading for more details. Kim Zolciak selling Christmas trees amid home auction. A handful of times, Kim Zolciak's lavish Georgia mansion was going to be foreclosed on. Luckily, she and her husband, Kroy Bierman, were able to avoid that happening. They faced that plus an auction twice but dodged it until they filed for divorce, and even more drama in their lives ensued. Kim and Kroy threw jabs at one another, with the cops being called and constant allegations. They did attempt to reconcile, but it was short-lived. Kim soon started to open up the family's closet and began selling pricey personal items. Kroy ended up stopping that from continuing as he maintained he was not seeing a dime from the sales. It did not help their financial situation at all, and he claimed this was joint property. More so, Kroy stated that Kim blew an excessive amount of money on shopping and alleged she had a gambling problem. Their house was set for foreclosure, but they were able to work with Truist Bank. They had to sell it in a certain time period, or the bank would take it, but that did not happen. Kroy Bierman blamed Kim Zolciak, saying they could have taken a lower offer and moved on. Now the home will go to auction in December, but while they wait, Kim has a new job. According to TMZ, she is now selling Christmas trees. No, she is not doing it at a tree lot, but rather through her Instagram stories. She is selling these trees from her home, and anyone who wants one can message her. They just need to be able to pick them up and remove them from her possession. Kroy approved. To sell these trees, Kim Zolciak likely had to get approval from Kroy Bierman, as it may be considered joint property. They may or may not already have been set up before the auction date was handed down, or they were not put up just yet, and these are photos from the past. Either way, they are lavish trees that can bring in a pretty penny for the family. It is far easier for the family to sell off high-ticket items and pocket the cash while they pack up. Kim Zolciak Bierman, the flamboyant star of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, RHOA, was no stranger to making headlines. From her dramatic feuds on the show to her opulent lifestyle with husband Kroy Bierman, she had mastered the art of keeping fans riveted. But even her most ardent supporters couldn't have predicted the latest twist in her life: selling Christmas trees in the shadow of her looming home auction. The Bierman Mansion, a sprawling property with its iconic white pillars and manicured lawns, had been a symbol of Kim's rise to fame. Over the years, it was featured prominently on RHOA and her spin-off, Don't Be Tardy. But now, whispers of financial trouble had grown into deafening chatter. Reports of unpaid bills and mounting debts led to the news that the mansion would soon go under the hammer. Yet, in true Kim fashion, she decided to face adversity with her signature flair. Instead of retreating from the public eye, Kim launched what she dubbed the Winter Wonderland extravaganza. She transformed her front yard into a festive marketplace, complete with artificial snow, twinkling lights, and rows of lush Christmas trees. The move raised eyebrows, but for Kim, it was all about taking control of the narrative. When life gives you lemons, she quipped on Instagram, "You sell Christmas trees." The scene was nothing short of theatrical. Customers were greeted by Kim herself, decked out in a sparkling red jumpsuit that hugged her curves and a Santa hat perched jauntily on her blonde wig. Her children, dressed as adorable elves, handed out hot cocoa and candy canes to patrons. Meanwhile, Kroy, ever the supportive husband, manned a small booth offering Bierman Brew, a hot cider concoction he claimed was their secret family recipe. Despite the festive cheer, the situation wasn't without its share of drama. Neighbors were reportedly irked by the increased traffic and the spectacle of it all. One disgruntled resident, who asked to remain anonymous, told a local news outlet, "It's like a reality show circus moved into our quiet neighborhood. We didn't sign up for this." Undeterred, Kim leaned into the chaos. She live-streamed the event on her social media, where thousands of fans tuned in to watch her haggle with customers over tree prices. "This one's a premium fir," she exclaimed in one clip, pointing to a particularly tall and perfectly shaped tree. "It's Kardashian-worthy." As the days went by, the Winter Wonderland extravaganza gained traction. Local news stations picked up the story, and the novelty of buying a Christmas tree from a reality TV star drew curious crowds. Some came for the trees, others for a chance to snap a selfie with Kim. "It's surreal," said one shopper, a longtime RHOA fan. "I've watched her on TV for years, and now I'm buying a Christmas tree from her. Life is wild." But beneath the glittering surface, there was an undercurrent of tension. Friends and former castmates weighed in on Kim's situation, some offering support, others less charitable. Neen Leakes, Kim's on-again, off-again frenemy, didn't mince words during a recent interview. "Kim always had a knack for turning drama into a paycheck," Neen said. "I'm not surprised she's selling trees, but let's be real, this is just another chapter in the Kim show." Cherie Whitfield, another RHOA alum, struck a more empathetic tone. "Kim's doing what she has to do to provide for her family," Cherie remarked. "Say what you want about her, but she's a hustler." For Kim, the tree-selling venture was more than just a financial endeavor. It was a chance to reclaim her narrative. She used the opportunity to connect with fans, signing autographs and posing for photos. She also made sure to showcase her family's unity, posting heartwarming videos of her kids, decorating trees and singing carols. "Family is everything," she wrote in one post, accompanied by a picture of Croy lifting their youngest daughter to place a star atop a towering pine. However, the endeavor wasn't without its challenges. Logistics proved to be a headache, as the sheer volume of customers overwhelmed the Biermans' ability to restock trees. There were also reports of disputes over pricing, with some customers accusing Kim of inflating costs. "I paid $300 for a tree that doesn't even smell like Christmas," one disgruntled shopper complained on social media. Then came the tabloid stories. Headlines screamed about the desperate move, with some speculating that Kim's financial woes were worse than initially reported. But true to form, Kim shrugged off the negativity. In a fiery Instagram video, she addressed the critics head-on. "People love to see you fail, but guess what? I'm still standing, and I'm still fabulous," she declared, flipping her hair for dramatic effect. As the auction date for the mansion loomed closer, the Christmas tree business took on a symbolic weight. For Kim, it wasn't just about making money. It was about resilience and reinvention. The Biermans' extravagant lifestyle might have hit a snag, but they were determined to face it head-on, even if it meant selling trees in their front yard. By the time Christmas Eve rolled around, the Winter Wonderland extravaganza had become a bona fide local phenomenon. The final tree was sold to a young couple who had driven 2 hours just for the experience. Kim marked the occasion with a heartfelt post, thanking her fans and customers for their support. "This year has been full of challenges," she wrote, "but it's also been a reminder of what truly matters: family, love, and the spirit of giving." As the lights dimmed on the Bierman mansion and the family gathered around their own tree, there was a sense of bittersweet closure. The future remained uncertain, but for Kim, one thing was clear: no matter what life threw her way, she'd face it with glitter, gumption, and a camera-ready smile.